So the Fantastic Four issue 8 facsimile edition came out last week, and I will get to this and continue my chronological look at the series. But first I want to show you something else, make a little special video, because I went to the comic store today and, well, I walk in and there's a new guy at the counter. He doesn't know me. He's nice, but, I don't really talk to strangers, so I kind of clammed up. And, I'm used to being like, Norm from Cheers. I walk in, they're all, "Hey, Kevin!" And they're diving into the box to get my comics. And he doesn't know who I am. He's like, "Hello, sir. Can I help you, sir?" And I'm like, "Number 70, please." And I've already got an attitude, needlessly, right? But he goes, he gets my comics, and I'm looking around. I'm like, "Well, where's the store owner, Tom?" Because he hasn't responded to my email yet that I sent out yesterday about all the new comics I need him to order for me. I know, I'm getting impatient. It usually takes him a few days. "But where's the other guys?" "Oh, I see them. I see them back there. They're back there with all the Pokemons. They're with all the people coming in to trade and sell and game with the Pokemon cards." Anyways, I grab my comics. I start looking around. I'm feeling uneasy. I'm like, I wanted, I don't know what I wanted, but I didn't want this. Yes, I wanted this. I wanted a different type of experience. So I'm just kind of wandering around the store, carrying my comics, and I'm just looking around, and boom, I see this on the shelf. This came out 4 years ago, but it's still sitting there ready for me to get. This is a trade paperback of every single comic that came out from Marvel in August of 1961, which is the dawn of the modern Marvel universe, right? So yes, Marvel started in August of 1939 with the publication of Marvel Comics issue 1, which had, Namor the Submariner. It also had the pulp magazine version of Kazar, who does not exist anymore. It's a new Kazar. And they had the Android version of the Human Torch, which again does not exist anymore. And they had their next big famous character from the time was the Angel. Another one doesn't exist anymore. For issue 2, they changed the name to Marvel Mystery Comics, and by issue 3 in November, it was joined with their second title, Daring Mystery Comics, which only lasted 8 issues, but it brought in the team of Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, and a character they created called Marvel Boy. By January of 1940, they had their third issue, Mystic Comics issue 1, which only lasted 8 issues, but it brought in my favorite timely character. It is Stan Lee's first character, his most popular character prior to the introduction of the Fantastic Four, the Destroyer. And again, he's not around anymore. I love that guy. But then in May of 1940, they had their fourth title, Red Raven, issue 1. But by issue 2, it was retitled The Human Torch. See, he got his own spin-off comic. But inside, they had a story for Namor, the Submariner. Now, in June of 1940, Marvel Comics released 3 different titles on the same day, and they did the same thing again in December of 1940, followed it a week later in the same month with Captain America issue 1. The Submariner would get his own title the next year in 1941, and with issue 33, the company made its switch over from Timely Comics to Atlas Comics in January of 1954. And on that day, there were 12 different Marvel comics that came out, 40 different Marvel comics in that month. But by the end of the decade, comics were dying off, and Marvel was almost completely gone. And that brings us here to August of 1961, when everything changed with the debut of the Fantastic Four, issue 1, and it's been going strong ever since. So let's take a look inside. So we start with Kathy, the Teenage Tornado, issue 13. This comic series ended in 1964. But it kind of looks like, Archie Comics. Writer Stan Lee, penciler Stan Goldberg, inker George Klein, and letterer Art Simic. Kathy's cutouts. let's look at Liz. And you can draw the design. This is kind of neat. I mean, romance comics and teenage girl comics seem dumb to me, but all this creativity, kind of right up my alley. And that takes us to Amazing Adventures issue 6. Look at that, a monster book. Awesome. Cover penciler, Jack Kirby. Interior penciler, Jack Kirby. Cover inker and interior inker, George Klein. You've got the plot by Stan Lee and the script by his brother, Larry Lieber. Now the next issue, issue 7, they changed their name to Amazing Adult Fantasy. I love these giant monster books. Muscle Man. I wonder if they were all just influenced by Godzilla. I mean, this is 8 years after that film came out and things are still going strong. The Fourth Man. Oh look, artist Steve Ditko. Dr. Droom defies the menace called Krog. And now we've got Journey into Mystery, issue 73. The Spider Strikes. Again, Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, Jack Kirby, and a bunch of awesomeness. This comic became titled Thor with issue 126. What lurks on Channel X? Ooh, spaceships! Oh, Medusa! And now we've got Life with Millie, issue 13. This became Modeling with Millie with issue 21. And it ended in 1967. Ooh, I want to read a whole page about the boyfriends. No thanks. How about a second page? And now we've got Patsy Walker, issue 97. This series ended in 1965. Oh, in case I hadn't shown you, the little MC, Marvel Comics. Oh, Scandalous! Oh, cool, a coloring page. Ah, now we're talking Tales to Astonish, issue 25. The creature from Krogar! So cool! And this comic became The Incredible Hulk with issue 102. The Gypsy's Revenge. Artist Don Heck. That was another OG artist from back in the day. Back in the day, yo. Where lurks the ghost? Definitely Steve Ditko art. Yeah. Alright, Kid Colt Outlaw, issue 101. This series lasted all the way until 1979. I do like these Western comics. Nowadays, I didn't care when I was a kid. Well, I never even saw him when I was a kid. His name was Hank. Damn it, Bobby, that boy ain't right. Propane and propane accessories, and a narrow urethra. Tales of Suspense, issue 23. The Creature in the Black Bog. Wow, I can't get enough of these monster books. And this comic became Captain America with issue 100. Going down. Whoa, the 13th floor. No building has a 13th floor. Oh, wow, he looks cool. Look at that black t-shirt. Oh, I don't know what this is. The Changeling? Bored with the present? Want to get away from it all? Then come with us into the future. There in the world of tomorrow, you will discover that things are not always the way they appear. No, not always the way they appear. What's that supposed to mean? Strange Tales, issue 90, more monsters! And this comic became Doctor Strange with issue 169, which came out 1,000 years later. Just kidding. And Millie the Model, issue 105. Good gosh, this girl had a lot of comics. And this series lasted until 1973. Here we go, Linda Carter, Student Nurse, issue 2. All I want to know is, when does she turn into Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman! All the world is waiting for you. And the powers you possess. Whoa! It's the Fantastic Four, issue 1! So, of course, we've already covered this. Forgot to mention, Linda Carter, Student Nurse, ended in 1963. Hey, look, another Journey into Mystery. Now we've got issue 74. Bonus! Oh, like a deserted island or something. And a city descending into the earth. I like this. Midnight in the Wax Museum. The Mechanical Men. What a weird picture. That's by Mr. Steve Ditko. Oh, they're so tiny. Bink, 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 bink. He's old, but he's in shape. He's got bad posture, though. And now we have Girls in Love in Love Romances, issue 96. More Barfitude that ended in 1963. Oh, it kind of looks like Marcus Welby. Hi there, little girl. Ooh, so romantic. They are drawn nice. Oh, Amazing Adult Fantasy, issue 7. So we had Amazing Adventures issue 6, and I said it became this by issue 7 here. They gave it to us. Bonus again, yo! Now this comic only lasted until issue 14, and then in issue 15, they dropped the adult, and it just became Amazing Fantasy, and that was the debut of Spider-Man, and then it was canceled. Spider-Man would return 6 months later, though, in his own comic, and in issue 1, he co-starred with the Fantastic Four. Oh, but look, they didn't know what was coming. See, in the next issue, they still think it's going to be called Adult, and they're not showing Spider-Man. Interesting. Okay, Gunsmoke Western, issue 67. God, he looks just like Kid Cold Outlaw. Oh, because that's who it is. Does he have like a second title or something? You'd think with all the research I did, I should know this. Anyways, this comic lasted until 1963, so not much longer. Montana Brown! He's a gunslinger without fear. Teenage Romance, issue 84. Thankfully, they killed this comic just 2 issues later. Though it does make me want to go to the beach. Why didn't he ask me? Life is just not worth living. An older man. It was nice of you to come, Mr. Roberts. This is my daughter. I realize you're 65 and she's only 16, but hey, it's the 60s. And the romance begins. And he cries too, probably because he's so near death. Rawhide Kid, issue 25. I have a whole bunch of these comics, and it lasted until 1979. It went away with disco. And we end on a low note with Patsy and Hetty, issue 79, a title that lasted until 1967. Wow, he's so groovy. Look at his high heels and his goatee, plus the bouffant and sideburns. No wonder they can't get enough. He'll soon be killed by this jealous fat man. Oh cool, a plot synopsis for Fantastic Four issue 1. Wow, I'm gonna have to read that. Check it out, the original artwork. And all kinds of behind the scenes info. Think I'm gonna shut this video off and start reading. Wait, cool, paintings, neat. Alex Ross, the one and only. And this is Dean White painting the Jack Kirby version. Oh, okay, and some kind of like a checklist of all the characters on the cover of this trade paperback. Right there, neat. There's the covers of all the issues, and we'll leave it at that. I'll see you next time.